Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel RVCCISinfo, where faculty representatives from Rock Valley College's Computers and Information Systems Department talks to you, our community at large, about things roughly having to do with computers and information systems. Joining me today, as always, is Stephanie Washer. Howdy, everybody. I'm Eric Wolf, and today we're going to start one of a few of our next episodes here on Cybersecurity Month. That's here in October.
Yep. Yeah, and one of the big news articles this last week is about ransomware on hospitals and how that is affecting patients and
Right.
what you should do.
Yeah, so we can't say any longer that ransomware has never cost anybody more than money, right?
Right. Yeah. So the Wall Street Journal has a really great article, if you can actually read it and have.
Yeah, paywalled for me, so.
Yeah, if you can actually read it. But there's a really great article about a patient that is suing the hospital because of a death of their baby. So there was complications during the delivery, and the hospital did not disclose that they were having a ransomware attack or that they were affected by it. Evidently, the doctor thought it would be okay, that they would be able to make it through, and then the baby died, 9 months later or something.
Right. And not one of those, SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome type things. It was a very long 9 months for everybody involved, I'm afraid. So that makes it extra horrible. There are also, it's been, circulating slowly, as is the nature of all news, right? But along with this one, we're finding out that in Germany, a woman lost her life because the hospital systems were so knocked out by ransomware that she had to be, after a very, very serious accident, routed an hour away to a different hospital. And that, that intervening time cost that young lady her life. And we also found one from Alabama here, like stateside of all places, where a ransomware attack, also led to the eventual unfortunate death of a patient because of, being locked out of vital health systems.
Yeah. And, then that begs to the question of, should the hospital disclose that they are under, they've been compromised from an attack and it's affecting their devices, and so that's a good question, right?
Yeah.
I would want to know.
Right. Yeah. We have said this in previous episodes, and I think it's still true, is there really does need to be some sort of, feasible, injurious penalty that a company will feel from not, number one, just doing their damn security updates and keeping things up to date and keeping them secure. Because when all of these things happen, if the ransomware is just for data, right now, you're looking at the loss of personal health data, and the hospital, doesn't feel any repercussion from that. They have to pay the ransomware. Potentially that's something they can work out with, their security provider or with their insurance provider. But then your health data is just out there in the wild and they don't suffer any consequences. And here people, pay the ultimate consequence with their lives because, somebody didn't update a router. There should be consequences.
Yeah. And, I never, you never want to see like a lawsuit happen against anybody, but it seems like this one is going to make them accountable for it.
Right.
Well,
in the UK and Germany, probably. I wonder in the Alabama case if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And it must happen enough. When we were doing the recon for the episode here, we stumbled across a Vanderbilt and Risk IQ. It was a survey and some projections out from data that they had already collected. But they think that there can be as many as 36 deaths in 10,000 heart attack. And that's just for heart attacks. an additional 36 deaths due to ransomware attacks that take down some of those. I guess I don't know what those strategic pieces of healthcare equipment would be, but you know, that's 36 people who pay the price for that ransomware attack.
Yeah, and if your healthcare devices have to be networked, which most of them, like I would assume almost all of them are right now, and
yeah, you would think.
And then if the network's compromised and it cannot work fully, then you know there's an issue too. So
right.
I just feel like, oh my gosh, we got to have a better way of doing these things, especially when it comes to, you know, the lives of people.
Right. If only there was a centralized authority that we all gave a semblance of power to, that had some sort of ability to enforce rules. Until we get one of those things, I guess I'm afraid we just have to put flyers on the wall that say, you know, October is National Cybersecurity Month. And
well, the other thing that's happening is President Biden is working with 30 countries to 30 countries. Get this figured out and to get a consortium going or a coalition going to figure this type of thing out. And I think the UK is doing their own cybersecurity group for reconnaissance and, you know, trying to get back at these people.
Right. So here's hoping. So there you go. Some very unfortunate, very sobering, and hopefully very actionable news coming out of the cybersecurity awareness community. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know if you have been the target of a ransomware or malware attack, or if you and your cybersecurity chops have helped you stave off one of those you know, particular menaces. Do also remember, we offer classes in these kinds of things here at Rock Valley College, so you can be the sharp end of the spear here when it comes to helping a company you know, avoid this kind of stuff. While you're down there, you can also leave us a comment, or if you're interested in any kind of information on classes and those kinds of things, you can leave us a comment down below on that too, and we will actually get back to you. While you're down there, you can hit like and subscribe and the bell to be notified of content as it becomes available. You can also follow us on social media. We are at RVCCISInfo on Facebook, on Twitter, on anchor.fm, and here on YouTube. So on behalf of Stephanie, myself, Eric, and the rest of the Rock Valley community, stay safe and stay sane out there, everybody. And that includes in the online spheres.